we've actually started to see businesses and dealerships recognize other businesses. We actually had one recently where it was a brand recognizing another brand and a particular person in that brand. And that's really great because it gives us a really good cross-section across the industry.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another vodcast, videocast, whatever you want to call it, podcast. Today we're talking about AutoTrader Car Dealer Awards. And my name is George Mienie and I'm going to be your host. And it's a year where I feature key representatives from our automotive industry who are either pioneers of innovation, leaders of change, or even car dealers who do great things and keep our industry alive. And today is no different. We recently launched the AutoTrader Car Dealer Awards, and I'm sure you're thinking these awards are like the regular awards that you see every other week. But they have a twist. Unlike regular awards, there are no set deadlines to nominate because, well, why should there be a cutoff on recognizing positivity? So if you visit www.cardealerawards.co.za, or should I say www.cardealerawards.co.za, you'll get to see how many good things are being done and celebrated in our industry. On this website, we recognize that those who make the South African automotive industry special and also interview the best of the best to get their insights. So we're on a mission to showcase the people behind the businesses in the automotive industry in South Africa, and we want the automotive industry to get involved, give their teams recognition that they deserve. And who better to talk to about this, the AutoTrader Car Dealer Awards, than our very own marketing director, Angelique Lynch. Welcome, Angie.
Hi, George. Thank you so much for having me.
You're most welcome. So in brief, Angie's been with our business for, I think it's more than a decade and a half, and really comes with the resume to tell us why the Car Dealer Awards exist, and give us deep insights into why we're doing this, what we're doing, and what the benefits are for the industry. So in brief, Angie, what is the reason we are doing this? Why should AutoTrader do it? Why are we doing it? Very brief highlight reel.
So, George, I think the most important thing is that, as you know, AutoTrader is the leader in the automotive space when it comes to marketing. And we deal with hundreds of dealers every single day. So as a marketing team and as a business, we wanted to create unique awards that really pay tribute and give accolades to people doing great things in the automotive industry. And that's exactly why we launched it and why it was born. So we really want to make sure that we shine a spotlight on the people behind the businesses that are really driving success in the automotive industry. And I'm really proud to say we were also first to market with this innovation, and we're seeing some really great, inspiring things happen in this space.
Well, I suppose, like you say, people behind the curtain, for lack of a better word, and those people working on the ground every day that we don't hear from are really the collective success of our industry. You get the personalities and the people that lead businesses, but at the end of the day, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of people behind those successful businesses, right?
Absolutely. And I think often it's the unsung heroes, the people behind the scenes that don't always get the credibility and the recognition that they deserve, but they're really the people that keep the cogs of the business turning. So it's really great to be able to acknowledge them and give them a chance to shine.
So we said right at the beginning that, this is an award or dealer awards with a twist. So what's unique or different to other awards, the run-of-the-mill awards that we get to see every other week, and especially now during lockdown where, everything is about online awards. So what's different about these awards?
Absolutely. So I think there's three things that are unique about the AutoTrader Car Dealer Awards. The first thing is that the awards are about people and not cars. So that is something that is really unique. Most award programs are around recognizing the motor vehicle. This is really about recognizing the people. The second thing is that there's no deadline in terms of nominations and winners. So we have the program running throughout the year, so you can really nominate anybody at any point in time, because as you said earlier, there's not a deadline when it comes to positively recognizing great things being done in the industry. And lastly is, you'll like this one, you don't have to be the boss to be nominated or to receive an award, because anybody at any level in the automotive industry can be nominated and can win an award. And that's one of my favorite things about it.
I love that. I absolutely love that, because as we said, often it's the unsung heroes collectively that get the successes of the businesses that we see doing great things. So how many entries have we had so far?
We've had over 360 nominations since we started the awards program, and that's across the 3 different categories. So the categories are dealership awards, individual awards, and we also have a Rising Star Awards, which really is an opportunity to recognize up and coming talent in the automotive industry, which is something we're really passionate about as a brand.
So, if we just focused on the dealership awards for a second, what are the kinds of things that, people would be nominating dealerships for dealership awards?
So it can be anything from recognizing great things they're doing as a brand. It can be things they're doing from a marketing perspective. It can be things they're doing from innovation or customer service perspective. So anything that really makes them stand out as a dealership doing great things.
And are we seeing, we might not have any of these yet, but are we seeing dealerships outside of themselves nominating people in other dealerships, or are we seeing people only nominating people inside their own dealerships?
We've actually started to see businesses and dealerships recognize other businesses. We actually had one recently where it was a brand recognizing another brand and a particular person in that brand. And that's really great, because it gives us a really good cross-section across the industry, that it's not only about nominating people within your dealership, but it goes so much broader than that. And that's really exciting.
Now, you mentioned Rising Stars, and I would imagine that Rising Stars has got nothing to do with age. I'm pretty sure you could get a 60-year-old Rising Star. So tell us a bit more about Rising Stars and what types of nominations we're getting in the Rising Stars.
So you're absolutely right. It can be anybody who has entered the automotive industry or even entered a dealership for the first time and has a new role there. And they don't necessarily have all the experience that maybe some of the higher or the more senior executives would have. And often they've been taken under the wing of somebody more senior, and it's really helping them be mentored and grow. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing rising stars come through the ranks and gaining really great experience, and that's being celebrated by people in that dealership. And I think what's exciting about that is it really gives people an opportunity to shine and to be excited about the automotive industry, because often it's not really seen as a really glamorous, I suppose, industry to be in. But when there's so much diversity across the different roles available in automotive, we're seeing the rising stars being recognized for roles, everything from being an intern to starting to understand how to do sales in the automotive world to marketing.
That's incredible. And what types of examples can you give me of people that we are celebrating?
So the types of people that we're celebrating, I think the first thing is that it's across all different roles, which is really exciting. It's not limited to sales, for example. We're seeing people celebrating customer excellence, sales excellence, marketing, innovation that's happening within the dealership, stories about resilience and leadership that has happened, especially through lockdown and a really challenging 18 months that we've all had. And I think that's really exciting. And what is really great is that, as I mentioned earlier, it's people on any level that are being celebrated. It's not limited to the DP or an intern. And most interestingly, we've had entries and nominations from interns all the way through to owners in the awards, which is really exciting. It just shows how diverse it actually is.
And the types of people that are being nominated. I mean, I'm pretty sure that this goes down to right through the ranks from a fresh 18-year-old right through to people entering retirement.
That's exactly what it is. I think there's the young up and coming people that are being nominated, which is really exciting. We've seen a lot of leadership nominations coming through, which I think is really inspiring in the time that we find ourselves. People have really recognized their leaders in the dealerships and how they've navigated a world in the past sort of 12, 18 months that has been really challenging. And they really look up to those leaders and they've paid tribute to them. But at the same time, we've had people in customer service who have been recognized because they're doing such great things in offering excellent customer service and customer experiences to people, not just in the dealership. And as you mentioned earlier, because a lot is being done online, they're really going beyond the normal call of duty to make sure that customers remember who they are, and those people are getting recognized.
And no award, I suppose, would be worth doing unless there's a winner. So have there been any winners, and can you tell us a little bit more?
There absolutely have been winners. We've actually had 9 winners to date, and it's across 3 different categories that the winners have come from. It's from customer experience, so we've had 4 winners in that category. We've had 3 winners in outstanding individual achievement awards, and then we've had 2 leadership awards. And it's been so great to read the entries and be part of the judging panel that actually decides on the winners. I think the other thing that's really exciting is we're in August now, which means we're about to announce shortly the next set of winners.
Awesome. So keep your eyes on www.cardealerawards.co.za and go and have a look at who those winners are, and and then do your own nominations to get really good people recognized. And then there's something else that we've got in the mix, and it's called hashtag Feel Good Fridays. Tell us what is hashtag Feel Good Fridays? So many hashtags flying around. What is hashtag Feel Good Fridays?
Well, I think the really obvious part of it is it's an opportunity to make other people in the automotive industry feel good on a Friday, because what better way to end your week than celebrating great things that are being done in the industry? So Feel Good Fridays encourages the automotive industry to tell us as a brand stories that have come out during their past sort of few weeks while they're doing business, and recognize people that are doing those things in their dealership. So that gives us the opportunity to shine a spotlight on people doing great things. And the reason we chose a Friday is because we share it across our social media platforms and on cardealerawards.co.za. And that gives people the opportunity to share it with their family and their friends going into the weekend, so they can really end their week on a high.
Well, that is it already makes me feel that, at the time of recording, it's not Friday, but it makes me feel like it's Friday. So, very finally, towards the end of what we're talking about in terms of Car Dealer Awards, how can dealers be part of this? What do they need to do?
So there's a couple of ways. The easiest way is to visit cardealerawards.co.za, and that'll give you all the information you need to enter. You can click on the Nominate Now tab, and that gives you the opportunity to submit a nomination either for a dealership, an individual, or for a rising star. You just simply fill out the form and click submit, and then we'll do the rest from there. The second way is if you're an advertiser of AutoTrader, which you absolutely should be, then you can speak to your account manager. Alternatively, you can find me on LinkedIn, Angelique Lynch, or George. They can contact you on all your social media profiles at George Mienie.
So, so here's a kind of off-the-wall question, and I'd be interested to find out if we don't know, and that is, are we getting nominations from the general public and people not working in the automotive industry?
We absolutely are. And that wasn't our initial intention when we started the Car Dealer Awards. But what we're finding is that the public are nominating dealerships. And it's also when they've had an experience with the dealership is encouraging them to spread the good news. And so they're nominating the dealership. So I would say about 15% of the nominations are actually coming from the car buyer.
That's very interesting. So, ladies and gentlemen, this doesn't only mean that there are accolades and recognition from within the industry and from your colleagues. We're also getting accolades and recognition from the general car buying public. So, if you're an awesome dealer, you need to take part in this, because at the end of the day, you can showcase this to the car buyers that walk onto your dealership floor, right?
Absolutely. I can't think of a better way than to get recognition from your own customer.
Yes, and tell me, do the accolades come with a certificate or a form of recognition? What types of recognition does do the winners get?
So there's two different courses for that. If you've been nominated, you get recognized across social media platforms. You get a special communication piece from the brand, as well as a couple of icons to tell everybody that you've actually been nominated. And then as a winner, you absolutely get a certificate that you're able to share. And also we put together a pack for you to use across your social media platforms to shout it from the rooftops, because it's a really great feeling to know that you've done something great, and we want to make it easy for you to be able to share that.
So, on the flip side, I would say print it out, frame it, and put it against the wall so that your consumers can see that you've been nominated, either as an employee, leader, or dealership itself, right?
Absolutely. And I'm sure once we're out of lockdown, we've got a few other things up our sleeves that we can't wait to roll out in this space to make it even more special.
Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. AutoTrader's very own marketing director, Angelique Lynch, and Angelique runs an amazing marketing team. I keep saying AutoTrader has the awesomest marketing team in the country, from an automotive perspective, and I would say from any perspective anyway. So thank you very much for being here today, Ange, and I hope you have a good week, and we will see you on the next one.
Thank you, George. Thank you so much for having me.
Now, don't forget to follow Angelique Lynch. Go and look her up on LinkedIn. And you can also find out more on all of my social media platforms. See you next time.